time to tune in. Now another Sports Center, it's a movement. Are the Cincinnati Bengals a dark horse playoff contender? I'm going to go ahead and start this one off. Yes, yes, and yes. As we said earlier in the episode here today, when they drafted Jamar Chase, I love the pick, but I felt like they should have drafted more O-linemen because your star quarterback just took and injured his leg. You don't want that again. You don't need him with another injury. But, man, whatever they're doing in Cincinnati is working. I'm happy for the fan base. It's just a good time to take and be in Ohio. And no, not for the Browns fans, but for the Cincinnati Bengals. What are you guys' thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals? Do you think they're on course to take and make the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe they're going to absolutely – I think they're a contention to win that division. Nobody – all of us wrote them off, right? None of us picked them to win that division. I think they really could – that they could be like the Browns were in the playoffs last year, where they punch somebody in the face in the first round, end up losing in the second round maybe, but that's a dangerous team.
Yeah, I had them being pretty solid, but I did not see it this early, to be honest with you. But I mean, they have talent at major positions. Their big three on offense is exciting. You got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon is also having a pretty solid year. Nobody's talking about him. He's steady in the pace for him. Like, that offense is explosive and it's fun to watch. And like you had mentioned before, that defense is highly underrated and they don't show any signs of slowing down. Why not? Like, for what reason would they not, besides injury, have to be able to get in there and make some noise?
Yeah,
so absolutely.
I would say that they're definitely a playoff contender. In terms of dark horse, I would have said before yesterday there was a dark horse. I think they put the whole league on notice, like we talked about. Like, I think at this point, right, like if the Bengals make the playoffs, which I'm certain that they will, if they make the playoffs, I don't think anybody is going to be surprised based off the body of evidence that we saw. And, you know, if you think about the losses that the two losses that they have, one of those came down to just a missed field goal. So this is another technically a 6-1 team. I know when we did our preseason predictions, our way too early preseason predictions, none of us had them above 500. None of us had them leading the division. None of us had them competing to lead the AFC. I know I personally said that Zach Taylor was going to lose his job. He was going to be one of the first coaches to lose his job. Like I said, I really love Joe Burrow, right? Like, he doesn't have the biggest arm in the world, but he's shown that he can still chuck the rock. He shows a lot of poise. He shows a lot of confidence in the pocket. I'm looking at my man Pete over here in the comment section. He said Burrow can do it. He's a better passer and quarterback than Lamar. I won't say that he's a better quarterback than Lamar. Not yet, right? Because like he's saying in the next comment, it's a small sample size of games. But I do like what I'm seeing from Joe Burrow. Like I say, he's shown an extreme amount of maturity in his second year. And it's really kind of like year 1.5 because we didn't really get a full season out of him. And he's doing it like we talked about with a diminished offensive line. Obviously, it's good enough because they're keeping him upright. Joe Mixon's getting some burn. And this defense, I can't talk enough about the defense. I know, like I said, the highlight players are your Jamar Chases, your Joe Mixon, CJ Uzomah, Joe Burrow, but I cannot talk enough about this defense. It's like they heard the chatter this offseason, and they're like, oh, y'all don't think that we got anybody. Y'all just think that we some pushovers over here.
Yeah.
And they're out to change the narrative of the entire NFL landscape in the AFC. I couldn't be happier for this team. I wish I was a Bengals fan just so I can go get one of these swaggy striped jerseys, man, because I'm telling you, if they unleash them white tiger joints, I might have to break my rule and go get one of them joints. I seen so many mock-ups on the Twitter and stuff. I might have to go get swag guy Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase in the white tiger. I might have to have it, bro.
That might be the nicest jersey in the league too, man. I'm going to add this in there too. I'm so excited to say this. I can't even get my words out. The Cincinnati Bengals, they have a couple things working in favor for them. They have the element of surprise. Who the heck saw this coming? Lord have mercy. Who saw this coming? Then they have talent. They have good coaching right now. I mean, Coach Taylor's doing a phenomenal job for them. So I'm really excited, how they play in these next couple weeks, man. But we're talking a team that's on pace to possibly be like a first or second seed in the AFC. I love the NFL because stuff like this just happens all the time, man. So I love it.
And if you're a Cincinnati fan, I take it Pete is a Cincinnati fan. The way that he's talking down in the comments, I take it he is. Like, you got to feel like this is a long time coming, man. You got to feel this is a long time coming. This got to be a really good day in Cincinnati to wake up and just like, not only are you the kings of your division, you got the monkey off your back. You're the kings of the AFC right now. And I definitely think, like I said, before I wouldn't have said that this is a team. I would have been like, hey man, let's pump our brakes. It's an apparition. And don't get me wrong, there's a small part of me that's still like, all right, there's still a lot of football left to play. There's still a lot that can go wrong. Yeah. But I'm kind of like, you know what, man, I just want to fall recklessly in love with the Bengals, man. I just want to throw caution to the wind and just let this thing roll, man. It feels good. It's good football. If you're a fan of the game, forget being a fan of a team for 1 second. If you're a fan of the game, you got to love what Cincinnati's doing, unless, like I said, unless you're a division rival, and then you absolutely hate it.
Turn 100 for the touchdown. King crown gain inside, leading your town. Hit you faster than the sound. Bad boy, throw it down. Yeah, I'm ill. Not my will. Don't cop a fill the house. Listen to the roaring crowd. Drop a light, calm it down. Heisman, all the haters mouth. Superhero hit them wow. Packing more action than bing, boom, bam, pow. Touchdown for the win. We live. Subscribe right now.